G'day, I'm Clive and welcome. Got a 3F UL Gear Pro 2 and I'll be showing you how I seam seal it. Now there's three things I've done for this tent or shelter, whatever you want to call it. One, if you've seen the previous videos about this one, you'll see that one. But there's two more changes I've made for the Lanshan Pro 2. Not changes two, so there's no cutting, snipping, sewing, any of that stuff. So what I've done can be easily reverted back to the original. Just realised I didn't have the mic on, so you probably didn't hear half of it. So I'll go over it again. First thing I changed on this tent was the cords to the bathtub. I replaced them with bungee cord. It just makes it so much easier to put all four of them out first, because then that's going to hold the actual bathtub in place. And when you are using a tent and you're inside and you're moving around, it's putting less strain on each of the corners of the bathtub, and it also pulls it back into place, keeping it fairly level and smooth. And what I'm doing now, I showed in the previous video about the 3F UL Gear Lanshan Pro 2. So go back and have a look and it will explain how I put this tent up easier, or how I find it easier to put up and how I do it. Now before I tighten the corners and the sides up any further, I'm going to do the ends and I'm going to show you what I've done for them. Two pegs, and two bungee loops I've made. And I've got just like a keyring on it. The actual keyring part is where the peg's going to go through. Now this would normally come to here, and the peg would go in. So I've got these, well I made these for when the actual material gets wet, because I got the sil nylon one, not the sil poly. And the sil nylon stretches more than the sil poly. So I've just attached that to there. And that allows me to pull it out a little bit further also, which gives me a little bit better, let's say, pull. Allows me to pull the sides out more. Where's my stone? It's over there. Just going to get the stone. My bush hammer. Bush hammer. yeah, like I say, and the bungee just allows, when this gets wet and it starts to get baggy, the bungee pulls and just helps stop that sagging as much. There's that one done. All I need to do is adjust this bottom one. I've lifted that up. I've got the tent set at 125. I've got that pulled out to where I want it to let the airflow go underneath, and I'll just tighten it up a little bit, and I'll adjust it as I go around to do the rest. A slight tug, and now I'll go around and adjust the other 6 pegs again. I'm not going to seam seal it from the outside. I'm going to do the seam sealing on the inside. Even though I was very careful doing down here on the one person one, it did not look nice. I didn't like the look of it, and the same as when I did the pull outs here on the ends. It actually caught some of the dust off the ground, and I just didn't like it. But I did notice when I went on the inside, they say you don't have to do the inside, but I seam sealed it from the inside. The seam seal actually soaks through to the stitching. So I'm going to do it from the inside on this one, and I'm going to see how it turns out. Now, if you've seen my previous videos about this, this is my summer tent, so the chance of this being caught in rain is very slim. And if it does, I don't think it'll be heavy rain, so I don't think the seam sealing is necessary. But I will do it, and we'll see how it looks afterwards. What I'm using for the seam seal is the Seam Grip Plus Seal, silicone tent sealant from Gear Aid. Now I use that on the one person one, and I've used that in a few heavy rainstorms and it hasn't leaked. And I'm going to be using this. Now they do send one out with your tent, They don't send this with the tent, you got to buy this separately. But the one they send out is smaller, and I noticed when I did the one person one, I had to keep filling it up 2 or 3 times to get it all done. So I ordered a couple of bigger ones. So hopefully, if I need to put any in, it'll only be a second one, not a third and fourth one like before. Now let's get inside the tent and we'll make a start. Before I start, I thought I'd show you this. I filled it up to about 4/5 of the way, 80% here. And the reason for that is when I go to put this in, last time I pushed it down, it squirted out. So I'm going to put that in place now, just a little bit. Let the air from here go to the top. So now I've only got a small amount in here. So when I do start squeezing, it will take that small piece out first. Let me show you. Here goes. Going up, 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 up. So there's the air. Made it very little lost. Now let's get a leaf and clean that. Now, it's not that easy to see. But if I give that a pull, I'm going to be seam sealing in that little gap there. And that's where the actual stitch comes through. So I'll do that all the way down this side, same on the opposite side of the tent. And I'll do this here also. Now I'm holding it that way. So that side here is actually touching. Now I've done this before, so I've got a rough idea of how to do it, so it's a little bit easier this time. The first time I struggled trying to keep the line straight, and part of that was because I was doing it from the outside. Oh, got a bit on the bug net, never mind. But this time the actual bug net and the fly itself are helping to hold this in place. So now this silicone you've got to give at least 3 hours to dry before you can fold your tent back up. Done that bit, carry on. I can feel the stitching as I go, so I know I'm getting it. It's like a little bug, 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 bug as you go down. Let's come back from the bottom now, so I can pull. Let's get my hand in the right position. It's a bit more awkward this time. There we go. There's the bump again. Now I just noticed I was making a mistake then, because I was pulling the bug net down and out. I should have been pulling it down and in, then it allowed a little V shape for it to run down. Now I'll do the other 3 and the ends, and I'll come back to you and I'll have a look. We'll have a look on the outside, should I say, to see how well it went. I've finished all the up, down, down. I've also done the ends on the inside too, and I've got probably just over 20% of the silicone left in this tube. Now let's go and have a look on the outside and see if you can see where the silicone's coming through, because I did notice on the inside it was going bump, 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 and it was actually, you could just see it slowly getting into the stitch. And I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but you can see where it's actually soaked into the sil nylon. And going down here, if I give it a little bit of a stretch, you can see where it actually seeps in to the stitching also. Especially there, you can see it oozing through the stitching, and there, yep, and here. Yeah, you can see it slowly oozing into the stitching all the way down as I move my finger down. So it looks like that seam sealing done on the inside works. And on the outside, even with all this dust landing on, it's not going to get stuck on all the seam sealer coming down here. I was even able to get up in here from the inside, and you just see the seam sealer coming through the stitch in there. So that's good. How about here? So look behind. Yep, you can see the seam sealer just starting to come through the stitching there. So all the stitching is sealed. All this has been sealed on the inside. And again, you can see the seam sealer, sorry about the camera work, it's just coming through the stitching underneath there. Let's just check all of it. Yeah, same here. See the colour and material change there as it soaks in. The stitching is coming. Yep. That's good. I'm happy with that. So that's how I now do the seam sealing. It just makes the tent look so much better on the outside. It's just cleaner. There's no sticky bits or runny bits or any slips going down the face of it. That's the Lanshan Pro 2 from 3FUL gear seam sealed and ready for me to use tonight. Almost forgot. Made a ridge line to go in here. We've got a hook on either side on the top for you to hang your lantern on, but I want to be able to have my lantern in different places. Now if the top's the same as the bottom, we're looking at about 1.2 meters. So I've got a loop that side, 30 centimeters. I've tied another loop in it, another 30 centimeters at the 60 centimeter point, another one, and one at the 90 centimeter point, and hopefully enough to tie on the other end. That's the first one done. And now let's hope I've done it long enough. Looks like I have. Good. Now I've still got the original hooks on both sides. 1, 2, 3 more loops in the middle. Let's get something out. Where is it? Here, here's the flex tail. Now the flex tail, you can hang it by this, and all you do is pull that out and it opens it up. So now I can either have it here using the light, or here if I'm sleeping on this side straight above me. In the middle, over this side. So if I'm laying that side and I've got the camera going, I've got some light coming on me. And again, on the original hook here, I'll get to it again. There it is, on the original hook there. Yeah, you just see it. So I hope this video has been useful to you, and it's made it a little bit clearer and easier to how to seam seal. My brain's turning off now. I'm ready to just go blur, enjoy the night out here in the bush. So I hope you've got something from this and you've seen a way that I think is easier and works better for me, and it keeps my tent looking a lot better on the outside. So if you have and you're not a subscriber, please go down below, click on the subscribe button, click on the notification bell next to it and select all, and hit the like button, the thumbs up. And if you are already a subscriber, again, I thank you very much.